Hey, good morning, guys. So Marco with Fiberlock this morning. I bought a car, Chevy Aveo, that um, coincidentally has been in the family for a little while. I sold it to somebody, and they ended up calling me back and saying it was overheating. Turns out the fans were not working. The pressure itself blew the reservoir. They put a brand new reservoir in it. Never touched the fan, so I was able to drive it home. Sure enough, cylinder 4, whatever cylinder the closest one is to the belt side, was full of water. Took out the spark plug, turned it over several times, put all 4 spark plugs out, and sure enough, water came out of that thing. The oil was also creamy color, and I thought for sure I had to change out the head gasket. I even bought the head gasket set off of eBay for about $80 or so, and turned out well. Had it on hand. Sorry, a little distracted. There's a lot of people breaking into cars, and coincidentally there's a white vehicle that just came by and driving by really slow, just kind of scoping things out. So a little distracted here. But the Fiberlock, it says up on top there's easy pouring formula, nanotechnology, reinforced with military strength and fibers. You can see in the purple area there. Permanently fixes head gaskets, engine blocks, cooling system, cylinder heads, double money back guarantee, Cool-X conditioner. So the question is, does this stuff work? K&W head gasket and block repair. And it's got a bunch of stuff that, sells it or whatnot. Military strength fibers, blah blah blah. Nanotechnology, Cool-X conditioning, circulates in the cooling system for lower operating temperature and improve head transfer long after the repair is made. And it goes through instructions that tells you basically what you want to do is you want to clean out the system. It even tells you don't necessarily have to use a cleaning system to use it. They sell little, like 3 or 4 ounce containers of radiator cleaning solution. It's about $4 or $5 for the container. I don't ever use it. What I'll end up doing is using a water hose and just clean it out. So I got a couple of wet spots here. This is a fresh wet spot there, and you can see how it lines up with the vehicle. You see there's still some fresh water. What I ended up having to do is I just drained all the fluid. This was fresh water, just came out. And what I did was I parked it here on the side. I parked it just kind of here. Oh, you can see another wet spot right there. Parked it here, moved it forward, let it sit for a little bit, and then I ended up moving back to this space, and finally back to this space. And so what I'm going to do right now is move it forward one more time. And what had happened was, since I use that stuff, it says there you can add water and then just come back later and drain it and then put some antifreeze in there. But I haven't put any antifreeze in there. We've been having temperature about 110 degrees or so. So eventually what ended up happening, you can see what's sitting here. There's no water dripping. All that is because I opened up the lower hose to drain it. I try to catch as much as possible, but again, because I only had water and I've been driving it around for about a month, all my water steamed out and evaporated. So you can see there's nothing there. Let me open up the hood. And so I thought for sure this morning, I went and dropped off my daughter. I went down to racetracks. I love racetrack. They give really good reward points for their loyalty program or whatnot. So I haven't cleaned this car at all, and you can see all the white stuff where this thing ended up. Hard to tell, and there's a brand new reservoir. Really hard to tell, but fluid line's right there. And that's where the fluid line is. But this morning, water was pouring out of somewhere back in here, which tells me that more than likely it was a water pump that was leaking. So what I went ahead and did was I got my radiator hose down there, jacked up the car, got underneath, and loosened it, drained all the fluid, which was very little. This entire system probably had about 3 cups of fluid in it. As far as what came out, it wasn't much. So, I ran it too long with no fluid in it. The steam will eventually drain out. That's what this line is for. It comes out of the reservoir, and anything that overfills just drains out into the street. But if you don't have antifreeze in it, they should call it antifreeze and anti-boil, because the antifreeze keeps it from boiling and steaming. Once the water steams, it escapes the system. And of course, then there's no water from the reservoir to get sucked back into the system and go back into your radiator. So eventually you're just left with air. And air does not cool well once it gets into your head. Air doesn't cool well. So you need fluid to capture the heat, bring it out to your radiator, and have your fan blow off all that heat. So it can go back in cooler, capture heat, and again, continue the system, the cycle. Well, this morning I went ahead and took off this hose because that's what the can says. You don't want to put it into your reservoir. So what you do is you get your Fiberlock material here, and it tells you only pour in about 1/3 of it. First time I did it, I did about half of it. So, it's obviously not full. But what I ended up doing was I probably poured about half of it. And then this morning with my water pump possibly leaking, I went ahead and poured a little bit more. I got another truck that's kind of heating up, and I'm having to add water all the time. So I'm going to use the last of this and put it in that Dodge Dakota that I have. I've already changed out the water pump, the fan, the clutch. I haven't changed out the radiator. The radiator may be a little bit smaller than the one that Dakota needs. It's a V8, and they may have put the 1-inch thick radiator versus the 2-inch thick radiator on it. But either way, it might have some type of water leak. And I just want to put this out there that, man, this stuff here, I've used Blue Devil, and I've used another form of this headlamp gasket leak. In fact, I've got 2 or 3 brand new containers of Blue Devil in that garage. $60 a piece. I'll never use them. They're trash to me. But this stuff right here, I will probably go and stock up on this because it is working. You can see my wet spots. Again, this is for me taking out the hose, but that wet spot right there was from this morning when it was possible that my water pump was leaking, and there wasn't much water in there already. So I scoot forward and I made this water puddle here just to see if this thing had worked. To be honest, I was a little disappointed. I backed the car up and I parked it over there. But then I said, you know what, let me come back out here, because the instructions do say you want to run it with the heater on, which makes sense because you want this thing to really flow well. So I still have the heater on. It's hot as crap in here, but you can see that. Let's see, just leave it like this. It's not heating up, and I've had this thing on. I just set the clock to 1:23, so it's been on for about half an hour. You can see my hood is open. I'm backing it up right now. Just backing it up, because now it's been sitting there a few minutes as I've been doing this video. The heat's not heating. What I did end up doing, I did end up just pouring a whole gallon of antifreeze in there. I haven't added any water to it at all. But of course, there's still water in the head that I can't get out from opening the lower radiator hose. So it's parked here for a little bit. There's that one spot, and I would say that we are successful. There's no water leaking anywhere. A little bit of a drizzle right now, sprinkling. There's my irrigation. Knock this out. Grass is finally growing back. You can see what a mess it made. So we're gonna probably have another mess today because of the rain that's coming. It's supposed to rain the next few days. The temperature right now is about 74 degrees with strong chance of showers, low of 60. And today happens to be September 9th. Anyways, guys, I just want to talk to you about this stuff right here. I trust it. I use it. I believe it. I don't think it's clogging up my radiator. I don't think it's clogging up my heater core. I don't think it is. Only time will tell, right? But like I said, I did this about a month ago, and man, I've been driving the crap out of that car. It's been doing good. And just now I finally took out, well, coincidentally, took out the water that was in there and added nothing but antifreeze to it. And of course, the antifreeze, I just always buy the cheapest possible antifreeze. You know, they'll have orange and blue and purples and greens and yellows and all sorts of different antifreezes. And they all have all sorts of confusing verbiage on it. Basically, it's water with oil. The oil keeps the boiling point low and the freezing point low as well. So that's it. I got a little check engine light. I'm not really sure what that's from. It stays off for a while. It says the P420, so there's got to be a vacuum leak or something going on. That's it, guys. I want to talk to you about that nanotechnology container. I think I paid about $40, but at the time it had like a $5 discount. So that was from AutoZone. I think I'll end up buying at least one more container off of Amazon. Just have it as a backup. I might have two, because I have one at I can have one at my shop and one here at the house. Since I buy and sell cars. Gosh, it's QT. They had a little pumpkin pretzel. Oh, here's some of the granite stuff. I'm gonna do a granite install this week, so there's some samples of the granite. If you guys need any granite, this is for the backsplash to match up with the granite. Different. Oh, there's some Volnos pencil design. Anyways, that's it, guys. Take care.